guys, so as you've just heard, today we're going to take a look at Basket Case by Greenday. Nice power chordy song that we can all learn. Most of us, again, grew up with it, like a lot of the stuff that I seem to be playing at the moment. Sort of classic Greenday track. So we'll have a good old look at that today and see where we can go with it. But before we get into the lesson, as always, my favourite part of my films and my videos, give me a cheeky like and a cheeky subscribe. Obviously, little notifications down here. All helps support my channel and what I'm doing over here. Getting a bit of a gathering now, both here and over on Facebook. We're going to be doing a bit more of a giveaway shortly. Perhaps giving away another guitar or some gear after a bit of a success on the last one, and giving away a nice Fender Telecaster over there. So we'll go again with that. But in the meantime, get yourselves tuned up. You need to be in standard tuning for this. If you don't know what that is, have a look at my Guitar Basics video. That will explain a bit about the tunings and what you need to be. And yeah, get tuned up and let's get going. Okay, so as I mentioned, in order to get us started, you need to be in standard tuning for this particular song. For those that don't know, that is E on your lowest string here, and then going up, technically up the neck. So it's E, A, D, G, B, and E for your tunings. Okay, we're going to start all the way up here on your 7th fret, and you're going to be doing a 7th fret power chord. It's the same shape throughout the song, pretty much, in order to get the right tuning down. But you're going to need your first finger, and you're going to pop it on your 5th string, 7th fret, as I mentioned here. And then to form your power chord shape, again, if you're not too sure on the power chords, have a check over some other videos. But for the power chord shape, you're going to be covering your 4th and 3rd strings here on the 9th fret. Now, you can do that with either your ring finger, which is what I tend to do, or you can use your pinky just to come down on that 3rd string, and then your ring on the 4th, and obviously your first finger there on the 5th. Getting the 2nd string in there, but you know, whatever. So yeah, that's your basic shape that you're going to need. Okay, and that will form, you know, throughout the song. Okay, no matter where we're going, up and down the neck. Okay, so for the first verse, you're going to be where we started, obviously 7th fret power chord, and you can do this all sort of downstrokes. You can sort of alternate down and up. I think Billy, when he tends to be playing, you'll notice just about all of his Greenday songs, he uses huge sort of motions up and down constantly. So I have no idea how he can be as accurate as he is. Personally, if I'm playing that sort of width and stride that he's got going on, I would be hitting all manner of strings and not getting any of the tones out. But that's Billy's way, that's how he plays it. So for me, playing this song, I tend to do all downstrokes. It's just easier, especially if you're just beginning and you're moving on to something like this, which is a bit more difficult as opposed to just playing one string. So go with all downstrokes if you feel most comfortable with that. So we're starting, as I say, on the 7th fret for your power chord, and just the downstrokes. Okay, and then you're moving that shape up a string, okay? So you're still on that 7th fret power chord, but instead of covering, 5, 4, and 3, you're going to be covering 6 with your 1st, 5 and 4 with your ring, or your ring and your pinky, as I said. Okay? And then from there, we're moving down to a 4th fret power chord, okay? So your first finger is going to be on the 5th string, 4th fret. Okay, and again, your ring or your ring and your pinky, depending on how you want to play your power chord, will be covering strings 4 and 3 on the 6th fret. Okay, so we've got this from the beginning. And then, like before, we move the whole shape up just one string each. So you've got your first finger on the 6th string now, and your ring, or your ring and your pinky, on strings 5 and 4 on that 4th fret. So from the top. Okay, it's that basic, just that basic shape all the way through. And then you're just moving up a half step. So you're going with your first finger this time onto the 5th fret, and your ring, or your ring and your pinky, onto strings 5 and 4. And then we're basically going from there back to where we started on the 7th fret power chord from string number 5. Okay. And then up one, just to finish it. And that is the verse, okay? All the way through. So it's just the same thing all the way through for all the verses. And that's, yeah, as I say, straight verse for that one. Nice and simple, just keeping the same shape, and just you're basically going along just those couple of frets that I mentioned there. Okay, and then we go into the bridge towards the chorus, which will sound, he says, something like this. And we'll move into the fiddly bit in a sec. But that is, yeah, same shape, but you're coming across to your 5th fret power chord here. Okay, again with your ring, or your ring and your pinky, however you want to play it, just on the next 2 strings down. Up a whole step, so you're going onto your 7th fret power chord this time, and then down. Okay, just down a string on each of your fingers, and then back. And this time, I think it's the 3rd playthrough, you're going from your excuse me, your 7th fret power chord from the 5th string, and then you're coming back this way, okay? Down a whole step. So this time your first finger will be on your 5th string. 5th fret I should say, sorry. And then down a half step. So you've got that 4th fret power chord. Okay, so nice and slow. And then from there, we're coming back up the string on each, back up to your 5th fret power chord, cross, okay, full step, up to your 7th fret, and then down. And then from here we get that, you know, the classic, of course I sound terrible, don't I? The classic Greenday sort of riff that goes with this song that everyone sort of remembers. Okay, so that's what we all remember when it comes to this song anyway. So that is starting again on your 7th fret power chord, from the 5th string down, okay? And then you come up. And then you're coming all the way across. So we've got a 9th fret power chord being formed here. So that's where your first finger, 6th string, 9th fret. And then again, your ring and your pinky, whichever you prefer to play a power chord with. Just on strings 5 and 4, but you're up on the 11th fret for this one. Okay? And then back. Right, back to that 7th fret power chord. So that's, that's the basic rhythm all the way through this song. So just quickly do it from the top for you. See what I mean? Just a straight shape, nice and easy. The outro. So the part of the song where we're all going to finish up with. Okay. Again, it's the same shape. Again, just using your first and your ring, or first ring and pinky. That's your shape that you want there, or shape that you want there. So whichever way you feel most comfortable to do this. Okay. So as we're going into that outro section. So again, we're starting with the 7th fret power chord off of the 5th string. Okay, so to form your shape, which you should all know by now on this one. If not, just quickly flick back through. But again, it is your first finger, 5th string on the 7th fret. Okay, and then just form your finger on the last two, the 2 strings underneath on the 9th fret, and then up a string on each. Down a whole step, so you form that 5th fret power chord. And then quickly, you're going back to where you start from the 5th string, okay? 5th string, power chord, and then up one from there. Go. That is, the basis of basket case for you. There are some mutey parts in there that you can do, obviously with your palm muting. If you don't know how to palm mute, it's very simple. Takes a little bit of practice to get it right, but you're using the meaty sort of fleshy part of your palm here, and you're resting it just in front of the bridge, just very lightly, just here. Just here, okay, just along here. But you want to be really light when you're doing it, so that you can still. And you'll hear it sort of doles those notes out, but you can sort of experiment with your palm muting on this for the parts. I believe it's when the song first comes on and first starts, you sort of chugging away. just initially get to grips with the main riff, the main points of the song, those main power chords. And then you can sort of, start doing the palm muting parts to it. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Because once you've got to grips with the basic chords, the main chords to the song, you can then jazz it up, start adding your palm muting in, and start experimenting, start coming along with the song a bit more. You'll find it a lot easier to get the palm muty parts and the strumming parts more accurate once you've got a basic sort of grasp and a good sort of understanding of the chords and how to play the progression up and down. Because then you're not going to be, focused all the time on those chords. You can then sort of, if you can bat those out straight out the bat, and you're not sort of thinking, right, my fingers need to be here and I need to be on this fret. Because you're, effectively your muscle memory is built up on the song and your hand will be, doing it for you. Effectively, you can then sort of focus more on the fancier parts, as it were, and really getting the song going. But yeah, go over the song, go over those power chords, go over that entire riff, get to grips with it, and then you'll be able to turn around and say, hey, I can now add a Greenday song to my repertoire as well. And you're starting to, should be starting to build up a few decent songs now if you're following along my channel. If not, why not? You better be. If you're not following at the moment, then you should be. So it should be down here. There's a little button. It says subscribe. Give it a click. I promise not to spam you with loads of stuff. We do sort of a once a week lesson. I will try and get some midweek lessons out during this whole lockdown that we're all going through. 2020, if you're looking back on this, with the coronavirus crisis, when we were all stuck indoors doing absolutely nothing. What a time to be alive, eh? So, yeah, give it a like. Give it a subscribe. I will come back again, hopefully midweek, if not next week, with a different lesson. Not entirely sure what we're going to be looking at yet. I am working on some stone sow, something a bit heavier at the moment. So that should be interesting for a few people. But yep, we'll come back next week. New lesson, and we'll go again. In the meantime, take care, stay safe, guys, and I'll see you next time.